Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Wolo. I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel and have seen my videos. My channel is about sharing useful information to people who plan to immigrate to Canada, people who are already living in Canada, and any news that I know will be beneficial and useful to everybody out there. That's what my channel is about. And I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. Today I will be talking about something relating to renting a house, and that's why I'm doing this video from my kitchen. And this video is for people who are already in the process of coming to Canada and the things they need to know about renting a house in Canada. Wherever you land, renting a house is almost the same rules and regulations, except that each province have their own rental board where people take complaints to. So I'll be talking in general terms so that people are aware of what they need to do when they want to rent a house. So there are different types of housing in Canada. You have the apartment, you have the condo. Apartment usually is just a block of flats put together in one building, and they share common things like laundry, and they share common things like laundry and stuff like that. Then you also have a condo and all these high-rise buildings that have like 10 floors, 15 floors, 20 floors. They also share common things like laundry and gym and swimming pool. So for condos, there are swimming pools, gyms, and laundry room that is shared amongst all the occupants of the condo apartment or condo building. But you don't find such things in an apartment block. So you don't find a gym, you don't find a swimming pool in an apartment block, but you can find it in a condo. And then there's also townhouse, and there's also detached housing, semi-detached, and stuff like that. Then there is also government housing as well, and co-op housing. So co-op housing is a cooperative that builds houses and rents to people or members. You just pay a certain fee. If you are approved, you rent one of the apartments until you are tired and maybe you want to move out and then get someone else to take over. So for co-op housing is quite cheap compared to other apartments. You can get a three bedroom townhouse co-op housing for like $1,000, $1,050. I know somebody who is renting for $1,050 a 3-bedroom townhouse co-op housing for $1,050, and the 3-bedroom townhouse has a basement as well. So that's in Winnipeg. So let me talk about basically how to rent a house. So it's a norm that when people come to Canada, they don't have a rental history, and you need to get a guarantor to sign to co-sign for you before you rent an apartment. Basically, what the guarantor is signing is that in case you default in your rental payment, the guarantor has to pay. So there are a lot of people who shy away from wanting to sign as a guarantor for new immigrants, while there are some people who just go ahead and sign. They don't mind, because they know that they are confident that these new immigrants will be able to pay their accommodation bills themselves. And even if they can't pay it, they can also request for government assistance to subsidize the payment. If you have not watched my video on Manitoba Rent Assist, you can go and watch it and see how to go about getting a Manitoba Rent Assist and what the requirements are. So basically, I'll talk about my own story here. When we came, we landed in a province where I didn't have a relative, but I had a friend. So our friend opted to co-sign for us our first apartment that we looked for after paying a rental deposit. So the rental deposit is basically half of the full month's rent. And after paying the rental deposit, applying, viewing the apartment wasn't even too good, but because we were so desperate to get something and move out from the guest house we were staying, we asked our family friend to help us co-sign for us, which he did. And in that questionnaire, they asked him what his annual income was. Unfortunately, or I don't know whether it was deliberate or something he made a mistake on, instead of him putting his original annual income, he actually put the minimum income for low income earners, which is about $24,000 per annum. And because of that, they rejected our application for the apartment. and that was the reason they gave to us, that his income was too low for him to be a co-signer to our apartment that we wanted to rent. So after that happened, I had to contact my sister-in-law who is based in another province, and we now applied again for another apartment. She was the one that now signed another co-signing form and put in her income, and our first apartment was approved because she put in the original amount that she was earning. So guys, if you're coming to Canada and the person if you're landing in Manitoba and you don't have anybody living in Manitoba, but you have a friend or a family member living outside of Manitoba, that person can co-sign for you, as long as the person does not put the minimum wage or the minimum annual income earning, so that your apartment can be approved. And there are some people whose friends are so good that they help in looking for apartments even before the family lands. I have a friend who had a situation like that. Before they landed, their house was ready, everything was furnished, all the necessary things. In fact, the friend went all out to do it for that family, that immediately they came, they were just moving in straight to their house. They didn't have the stress of going around to look for apartments or the other. There are people that can do that for you, and depending on your level of friendship with those people. So basically, that's it for renting. Then for features of the house, for each house comes with different appliances, and because of that, some rental pricing either goes up or comes down because of the features in the house. For instance, if a house an apartment has a dishwasher, the pricing of the rent automatically goes up. Even the square feet, the measurement of the house also determines how much you pay in rent. So if it has a dishwasher or an oven, a microwave, sometimes your rent might be up. But if it doesn't have a dishwasher or a microwave or a balcony, even balcony is also counted. They call it patio. Even a patio is also counted as one feature for a house that will make the rental amount of the house go up or increase. So if it has those features, they increase. While if it just has only a stove, they call gas a stove. If it does have a stove and a fridge and doesn't have a microwave or a dishwasher, my dishwasher is facing me here. If it doesn't have a microwave or dishwasher, the rental amount will be low. So that's one thing people should also be aware of. If for people who are coming, they might want to maximize their money and not spend so much money. After all, where we are coming from, we use our hands to wash our dishes. Even my dishwasher here, I don't even use it because I'm so used to using my hands to wash the dishes, because to me it's a waste of time and it's a waste of energy, electricity. So that's it. Then there's also there's also moving. When your application has been approved for renting, you do a moving with either the property manager or the caretaker or the landlord of the house to look at every area. So one tip that you should know is take your camera along and snap the house as it is, as in snap every nook and corner. If you see any scratch, snap it. Anything you know, any scratch on the wall, any small dent, anything, just snap it, because these landlords and these caretakers, they are very meticulous about their houses and they want you to maintain the house the way they give it to you. So by the time you're moving out, they will bring out their book where they wrote that, okay, the table was okay, the floor was okay, there was no stain on even as far as having a stain on the floor, you have to, if there was a stain on the floor, snap it and show it to them so that they can come and clean it. If the bedroom is not working well, snap it. Anything that you know is not right, just take a picture of it, tell the caretaker or tell the landlord or the property manager to fix it. Because if they don't fix it as at when you are doing your moving, by the time you're moving out, they will say you're the one that spoiled it, and they will now hold on to your damage deposit, your rental deposit, which is not good. So it's better to take this precaution when you're about renting a house. Take a picture of everything, any scratch on the wall, everything, and notify the landlord that these things are there, so that when you're moving out, they won't hold you responsible or they won't deduct money from your rental deposit. Then, so basically, I had a question on one of my videos asking how do new immigrants rent a house without a guarantor, and a social insurance number. So for new immigrants coming who want to rent a house and they don't have a guarantor and a social insurance number, for Manitoba, there is an organization called New Journey Housing. And the New Journey Housing, they organize a seminar for new immigrants, which I encourage every new immigrant to attend. You learn a lot about housing. Even if you want to buy a house, immediately you land, you get to learn about it as well, which I usually don't advocate for that. I prefer that you land, study the environment before you decide on buying a house. But people are different. This is my own opinion anyway. You might decide to change your mind and buy a house when you land immediately. So New Journey Housing, they organize a seminar, and in this seminar they teach you how to rent, which I've talked about, and what your obligations are as a tenant, and what you should obey as a tenant, what rules you should obey as a tenant in terms of not having any pets. If it's an apartment that is not pet friendly, not smoke friendly, you shouldn't have those things. Then they will now give you a certificate. So based on that certificate, you can use it to attach with your application to any of the property management companies, and keep your fingers crossed, they might approve your application. Or another thing is co-sharing with another family. So basically, a family might have a 2-bedroom and they don't have kids and they want to rent one of their room out. So you can co-share with that family, and the family pay to the family, and the family, but if by the time you spend 3 months or 6 months with that family, they'll be able to write a receipt for you and also give you a rental history when you apply for an apartment. So those are the opportunities available for people without social insurance number and people without guarantor. Or you can also rent a basement. There are basement apartments everywhere where they don't really ask for guarantors. You meet the landlord one-on-one that you want to rent his or her basement, and as long as you also have that certificate from New Journey Housing, and you can show the landlord maybe you have 1 month or 2 months rent or 3 months rent handy, they can approve you. They can approve your application for you, and you get to stay in the basement. I hope I've shared a useful information today, and I'll be doing more outdoor videos. The weather out there is not looking fine, so the sky is not blue. I want the sky to be blue before I do my outdoor videos. So hopefully my next video will be about the wages and tax brackets, because we are still in tax season. I still want to talk about how you should calculate what will come into your pocket after Canada Revenue Agency have deducted all the deductibles from your salary. It will be interesting, and share this video, share, like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends out there, and stay blessed. Bye bye.